who does this ETL process. Okay. And then followed by the main part, visualizations. So here BI enables the informed decisions. This leads to your improved tools and also a competitive edge, right? So this is where your part comes, the visualization tool where we are going to do. That is the BI, right? The BI tool. Understand? Now, what are different BI tools in the market? Currently, we are having Power BI, we are having IBM Cognos Analytics, we are having Tableau, we are having ClickSense, we are having SAP BI, SAP Business Objects, Looker, Oracle tools, Pyramid, and SQL Server tools as well. There are many tools, but why should we focus on BI? That's the main agenda, right? We should understand the other tools as well, but what is their experience in industry and how they fall and why Power BI is booming. Okay, so the chart here, it says the Gartner's. Maybe the Gartner is one of the vendor who provides a survey across the BI tools or any other IT platform. Like maybe vendors, right? They survey. Like if you talk about our election surveys, NTV or some other, they are top performers, like top survey tools or organizations. Like says the Gartner's is one of the surveyors who provides all IT technologies, upcoming AI technologies as well. So most of the organizations prefer using the Gartner's surveys. So if you see here, from 2009, Microsoft Power BI and Microsoft Fabric is leading from top. It's been in this top leaders position across from last 9 years. So after the Microsoft, the next one is the Tableau. You may see it says Salesforce, Tableau, because recently Salesforce has been acquired Tableau. So it is next nearest to Microsoft after the heavier. So still it is not even nearer, but yeah, it will be followed by maybe, yeah, it's a competitor you can consider, and then followed by ClickSense, followed by Looker and SAP. There might be other open source reporting tools as well, like Pyramid and everything. Yeah, they are upcoming visionaries tools. And there have some niche players like Zoho, because everybody is using Zoho as an HR tool. They are having their own in-house dashboards, but Zoho as well. Maybe in next 10 years, maybe Zoho can come into right side. But currently the leading is the Microsoft Power BI and the other reporting tools in the market. Okay. Now, why again, why Microsoft is leading in top position? What's the main benefits, or why it is leading in last 10 years? Because it's not only a BI tool. Apart from BI tool, it has the capabilities of AI tool as well. So it support both AI tool capabilities and the BI tool capabilities. That's why it is more leading in the BI tools, leading runner in the BI tools. It's also connectivity, user friendly, developer friendly. First and last is the developer friendly, where a developer can easily develop the reports. There's no complex UI or complex query making and all those things, and also customer friendly as well. So even the business user can create his own reports. There is no need the IT team should develop a report for business. It is very user friendly, and anybody in the organization can make. Even HR people are started learning Power BI. It's very easy for them to learn and create the reports. Okay, and the primary purpose of any AI tool is to predictive analysis and prescriptive analysis. So Power BI covers both aspects. And what is the main purpose of BI tool? It would be descriptive and diagnostic analysis. You understand the difference between BI and AI. So now Power BI covers the predictive analysis part as well very much. And that's why they are leading. So if we are talking about SAP BI tools or other tools, they are limited to descriptive analysis. In terms of core functionality, the AI tools will have machine learning as well and NLP processing. So when we talk about natural language processing, the Power BI supports Q&A. So you can ask the questions to your data set. Okay, what are my top 10 organizations last 1 year? So that's such kind of questions which go and hit the NLP processing and will give the results. That is called Q&A, or we can talk AI later. Both are working. Like a Copilot Studio will also work on the Power BI. And data handling, you can analyze large data sets. So Power BI itself can handle until 100 GB of data. Okay, whereas other BI tools are very limited. If you're going beyond the data, it might hit performance issues as well. So, and there are certain limitations, certain tools it can't handle beyond 1 GB as well. Okay, yeah. And Power BI can also automate the task like data entry tool as a front-end tool, and it can supports. So there are certain BI tools might be very limited in terms of write back facilities and everything. Okay. And again, we're talking about forecasting. So Power BI as a tool which supports the AI tool, which can support the future trends or forecasting like weather forecasting, order forecasting, all those can be possible. So, and in terms of user interaction, it always very easy. Uh, Sometimes we require a data science engineer to work on the AI tools. So that is pretty much possible. Data science team or a data science engineer can also use Power BI for their representatives of data. Okay. And yeah, some of the use cases for AI, sentiment analysis, a demand forecasting can be used in AI tools and can also be used in the Power BI, those also, right? Yeah. You can also code with R and Python if you are very familiar with doing in Power BI as well. That's why it is competitive and edge and leading from last 9 years. It supports both real-time analysis as well. Okay. Now let's understand what the main things in the Power BI. Why as a tool, BI tool and AI tool, what it includes. Okay. So these are the 5 or 6 main components. It includes the AI capabilities as well and BI as well. So as a BI tool, it enables the collect and it works as an ETL tool as well. So the one of the main advantage of Power BI is also you can do the ETL and you don't need to purchase separate ETL tool. Okay, you can do transformations and load also in Power BI. You can act as an ETL tool as well. Okay, and it also interactive reporting tool. It's not only the report; it will be always interactive between each and every visual and everything. So apart from that BI tools, what are the other AI capabilities? Is it is natural language query processing with Q&A feature. User can ask questions, and they also have Auto ML, automated machine learning. It integrates with Azure machine learning, allows users to build and deploy machine learning models directly within Power BI. Okay, and you also interact with Azure Cognitive Services to analyze text and images and other unstructured data as well. It's not only with structured data, it can also deal with unstructured, semi-structured data as well. So we have data flows as well, Power BI data flows, which can be preparation and transformation data using AI capabilities as well. It also have anomaly detections, visualizations as well, decomposition tree detection, which will be mostly using data science platforms. Okay, sentiment analysis as well with AI. Okay, so these are all related to AI tools. So that's why this is more leading. Okay, now why we should use Power BI, right? We talk about who is Power BI and all this. Why we have to use Power BI? We already pretty much covered, right? Earlier. So because it has the real trends, okay, it will be more data driven decisions. And the next one would be the enhanced visualizations and then easy to understand dashboards. See, always while we are creating dashboards, make sure what we are providing the dashboard. It should always, a story should be formed in dashboard such that end user or the user who read the dashboard will able to understand. It's not like simply we are dragging the visualizations. It should tell some story. It should have some actions. Always business is investing so much of money for creating Power BI. It should have some insights, some data driven decisions on a dashboard, right? That's what we should, a BI engineer should really think of while doing a dashboard. It should also have real time insights, up to date information. That's pretty much possible with Power BI, right? So make sure while you're creating a dashboard, while you're approaching for an interview, why we are creating a dashboard, what insights, what are the actions that businesses is going to take over on the dashboard. You should always these questions. What is the purpose of this dashboard? Why are we creating? And what is the ROI, return of investment? What are you getting of this dashboard? And I can create simply dashboard. But what are you getting out of this dashboard? Whether business is getting some profit of this, that's main understanding. Whether business will really use this dashboard on a daily purpose and will take some actions where we need to understand and you should always such questions to business while creating dashboards. Okay. Next, let's understand the footprint of Power BI. When it started, okay, I need to hide this. Yeah. So the BI platform started around with 2011, I guess. So previously, those who are working with SQL Server, Report Studio, or SSIS, it was earlier bundled with SQL Server in 2011 around, and they have later renamed to Power BI as, and then they have as a general availability in 2013. So they started this entire Power BI tool started with around 2011. Initially with the name of Project Crescent. And then later in 2013, they renamed it as a Power BI, and they have relaunched Power BI announced as been at 2013. And they have added this as an add an Excel, leveraging Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View. We'll talk about all these features in the next upcoming slides. And then 2015, they make general availability. They started taking licensing, a standalone cloud-based BI service with Power BI Desktop, Power BI Service, and Power BI Enterprise Service as well. And in 2016, they started adding custom visuals, on-premise data gateways. 2017, they started with along with AI and real-time streaming data service as well. And 2018, they launched Power BI Premium and Composite models with direct query and import modes, all those thing modes. 2020, they have collaborated with Azure Synapse and industry-specific solutions. 21, they have started with Power BI goals and performance, like KPI indicators and all those things. And again, 2023, they started introducing with Microsoft Fabric and AI enhancements, Copilot and all those things. And 2024, still they are doing. And the other thing to learn, understand Power BI is the upgrades will be happening every month. Every month a new version will happen, and it will be on top of your latest version. You can always upgrade easily. It's just a one-click installation or one-click upgrade to your Power BI desktop or any other tool. But it is always every month or every month it will release a newer features and bugs. Okay. Okay. So when to use Power BI versus again the Excel things. Okay. So Power BI is always easy to use, build for speed, can access lots of different data sources. You can mix of different data sources like Excel data sources and databases and multiple databases. Okay, you can do all things, and you can collaborate all one data sources in one page. Cross filtering can apply. Okay, highly interactive. You can play with the data and show hidden insights. We can explore the underlying data. Okay. End user can download the Excel data with pivot, and they can do another further analysis as well. There is nothing to do coding. It's a low code tool. Low code, no code, we can say. That's a word you can use, low code, no code. That's a trending word. They have maps with limited location details, supports and aggregates larger data sets as well. So it can support more than 10 GB or until 100 GB of data. Okay. So it can be also automated data refresh. It's instead of dealing with statistic Excel sheets, you can also create with Power BI real-time sales data for their CRM and ERP systems as well. It's always interactive, as I mentioned, and we collaborated in sharing, and it's always AI and driven insights. So these are the things. When you have these things, then you start to use Power BI. Okay. So simply for one Excel file, there is no need of creating Power BI. But yeah, you can still create, but when to use, you have to always understand when to use as well. So this already we have covered these slides. When we talk about real-time data and automated refresh, you can connect this Power BI to databases, cloud services, and you can refresh every 1 hour. So there is a limitations of refresh up till 8 for Power BI Pro users, until 16 to 48 until Power BI Premium, and unlimited refresh for a higher versions, right? And it's always cost effective and scalable. We'll talk about licensing layer later on the sites. But again, it's always advanced AI tools you can use, and it is user friendly. Okay. So this is the landscape of Power BI. Okay, bring your data, your into life, how we can do it. We can transform, Power BI can transform your organizations or clients data into rich visuals. You can collect and organize, so you can focus what exactly you want to do, what exactly, which insights you want to provide. Okay, it can create spot trends and always push your business way ahead of your competitions. Okay, so how does Power BI works? It has preparation, data preparation, it has analysis. You can do analysis and you can do the visualizations. So it can be collaborated with individuals and across teams. You can also share your reports with Microsoft Teams as well. You can collaborate with your email. You can share your reports with your emails within your organizations. And what are the tools you want to use for, well, preparation? We are for preparation and creating. You can use Power BI Desktop or a report builder, a legacy tool. And we have a, if you want to share and collaborate, the Power BI Desktop is free. Anyone you can install and you can use. You can create the dashboard. Only Power BI required licensing when you want to collaborate and share within your organization. Then only Power BI licensing will come part. That is called Power BI Pro. And you can also share your reports or access your reports anywhere by using Power BI Mobile as well. We'll talk about this later, further detail in our next slide as well. Okay, just give me a second. Any questions so far? I was taking some questions from Prabhakar. Yeah. Um, we have two separate batches. One is Power BI and one is Fabric. This course is only about 30 days of Power BI, and we have a separate Fabric training. You can contact any one of our team. But today we'll cover in terms of demos both. Yep. Any other questions, guys, before going next? Yeah. So those who are working with Excel, okay, those who are in a HR team or a finance team or another team, they know Excel also can do a lot of things. Okay, a lot of things. Excel also can do quick calculations. Excel has macros. Excel can connect to a database as well. Excel is again, you can use multiple tables inside Excel. You can bring it. You can do that. You can do calculations and whatnot. Why we are doing Power BI? Excel has charts, Excel has graphs, Excel has tables, Excel has pivots and everything. But why? What can't be done in Excel? Okay, Excel cannot deal with big data with more than 150 lakhs, thousand, all everything else. Okay, so Power BI is for 30 days, Basha, and yeah. So sorry, in between, yeah. So the Excel one thing is can't deal with big data, and it also cannot deal with interactive visualizations. One chart, if you click on one thing, it cannot interactive. Okay, that is interactive, and it also cannot do data modeling. Data modeling is cannot be done in the Excel. Otherwise, Excel will be almost similar to Power BI. Apart from handling big data, it cannot be done data modeling in Excel. Yeah. So these are the features why we can't use Excel and why we are going to use Power BI instead. Understand? So this is all about Power BI architecture. So let's start with Power BI Desktop. So Power BI Desktop used to connect to various data sources like CSV files, databases, web services, etc. So it can also support on-premise and cloud sources. Data can be imported and directly queried. Okay. So, and we can also do transform and clean data. The imported data can be transformed, combined, and cleaned with Power BI Desktop to prepare it for reporting. Data from multiple sources can be modeled together in this step. So then we can also design reports and visuals. So in Power BI Desktop, we can create interactive reports and visuals based on the data models as well. So these can have charts, tables, slicers, and other visuals, AI visuals as well. Then you can complete, then you can publish the report to Power BI service. There is called the sharing the reports with your colleagues or with your organizations. So users can publish reports, data sets, dashboards from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. Then this can be uploaded to cloud. Then that can be shared across, and it can be the uploaded dashboard is now accessible to the Power BI service with other users who can access directly. And sensitive data also can be secured with an encrypted models. Power BI defaultly uses the encryption, data encrypted default Azure encryptions. Okay. And if there are some end users, business users, some business executive users or super users who may always use mobile apps, so they can also use iOS apps or Android app or Windows devices can be used to view and interact the dashboards on the reports on the go. And the other thing is you can also embed your reports into your own applications. Let's say example, you have your own in-house applications. Like example, we know Zomato or other Blinkits. When you open to Zomato, if you want to see your dashboards, you can create a dashboard. And when you log in based on your accounts, okay, you can create a dashboard and you can assign that your on your account. So let's example, you have Zoho, your HR portals, right? Zoho uses Power BI reports as well. Understand? So like that. So any inbuilt application or in-house application of yours, we can also embed the Power BI reports into your custom applications, okay, by using APIs and SDKs. For on-premise data sources, you can have a data gateways, act as a bridge to the communication between your data source and Power BI service so that you can refresh the data. So this is Power BI gateway where you, because your database might be in your server, which is in your virtual machine or in an enterprise server or in your service, your organization. But the Power BI is in cloud now. So we, to act as a data gap, so Power BI gateway is required. Understand? So, and in terms of data sources, it has hundreds of data sources you can connect. We have SQL databases. In SQL itself, we have 10 to 20 types of SQL databases. It will be supported. It can support SAP. It can support Salesforce. It can support Hadoop. It can support Azure. It can support AWS as well. Okay. Understand? And yeah, and there's one more question from Sai Sandeep. Learning with Power BI, can we learn Python and SQL? We'll cover the course content over here, but we are not going to cover Python and SQL much into this courses. We are going to cover basic SQL. We'll write the queries to get into data, but we're not going to cover SQL and Python. That will be separate courses. Okay, they are separate courses. It cannot be merged into Power BI. Next. So we talk about these features. So hundreds of data connectors. It also acts as a data modeling tool. It will have the real-time dashboards, embedded BI applications, analytics expressions, which is called DAX, which will be advanced DAX, where users can need to write these questions. Row-level security. What does this row-level security means? So example, I'm creating a report. Let's say understand your hierarchy in your organization. I created this dashboard. Let's say about most common thing is salary. Okay. So you, when this report is accessed for you, you should be able to see your salary. Okay, but you should not see your team's salary or your above any other person's salary. So those will be covered in row level securities. So when it can be, data can be hidden when the user can be accessed, or it can restrict the security based on the permissions we are giving, based on the user ID or based on the service principal or secret credentials. You can apply the row level security. That is called data level security in any other tools. This is called row level security. So that your data will be at most secured based on your access which is given to you. So another example we can talk about is any growth numbers or revenue numbers. So when a revenue numbers or revenue dashboard is shared, so it will be shared across, the dashboard will be created across regions. So I am in a region manager for Asia Pacific region. So when I access this dashboard, I should only see my regional data, Asia Pacific data. I shouldn't see a regional data for EU or Europe or American data. So it will be bounded with row level security, and I can only see Asia Pacific data. Okay. Likewise, based on the hierarchy in your organization, based on the securities, and it will be applied at the row level securities. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, it's part of Power Query. So it is ETL where you can use the Power Query. So you can do transformations and as well. And you can also do scheduling as well. It can connect to multiple data sources. Self-service BI is part of a new architecture where organizations are creating. So why self-service BI is more important? Because most organizations tending towards self-service BI because the end users, the business users, are needs to create their own reports. They don't want to be dependent on BI team or IT team for any report needed. So as a self-service, part of self-service BI, we provide a data set to them and they will create n number of reports. Earlier, when we talk about enterprise reporting model, BI reporting model, okay, all the reports will be created, thousands of reports will be created by the BI team. So a lot of development requirements, understand the requirements, create the report, deploy them, and user access. And they'll come back with a change request. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want this. The data is not right. All those things. This entire development cycle, the BI cycle, it is increasing. So it's waste of efforts. Now with Power BI, it is very user friendly. Most organizations are trending towards self-service BI. So end users, the business users can create their own reports, and there's nothing to shade. There's no restrictions that BI team only should create the reports. We are making them models and we are publishing the models and they can use the reports. That's what self-service analytics or self-service BI you need to understand. So single source of truth, that is, we're talking about unified view of data. So earlier we'll have multiple models like 10 semantic models for each department. Now that when we talk about self-service BI, it should be single source of truth. All the data will be held at each model. For each domain will be one semantic model, kind of data mesh architecture. So it will be unified view. Anyone accessing that will be single source of truth for them. Okay. And we talk about real-time analytics. So you have streaming data can also part of Power BI. And we can also use Power BI apps and Power BI service where end users can access only the restricted reports for them based on their access controls. Okay. Pranit, we'll cover your question. What is the difference between Power BI and Fabric, and at the end of the slide sessions, and which has more demand currently as well. I'm going to cover in the coming sessions, coming slides. Okay. Next. So what are the components in Power BI? Okay. So we'll talk about Power Query. Power Query is a data transformation and mashup engine. It enables to discover, connect, combine, and refine the data sources to meet analysis needs. It can also be downloaded as an add-in for Excel or any database tools where you can do the ETL transformations. Okay. So next, what is Power Pivot? Power Pivot is a data modeling technique that lets user can create, so developer can create data models, establish relationships, and create calculations. It uses a data analysis expression language model, which can be simple to complex, which can be, that is called DAX, can be used on Power Pivot. And Power View. Power View is a technology that is available in Excel as well, SharePoint, and SQL Server, and Power BI as well. So it can create an interactive charts, graphs, maps, and other visuals as well that brings the data in together. And it can connect the data sources, filter the data for every data visualizations or an entire report. That's where Power View will come. That's called Power View. The Power View is an engine or a technology that is available in both Excel as well, SharePoint as well, and other tools. Now, what is Power Map? So Microsoft Power Map official, it can be available for both. It is using for both Excel and Power BI as well. It's a 3D visualization data tool which enhances your map. You can plot more than millions of data on Bing Maps or a 3D format. Okay. And you can also data model in Excel. So a Power Map actually works with the Bing Maps. that is collaborated with the Bing Maps to get the visualizations based on the latitude, longitude, or country names, state names, or city names, and also some kind of street names as well. If you put that into that, Power BI can also handle that informations, but it cannot handle the region. If you are coming only with regional data, region column like Asia Pacific, Europe, it might not be accurate information only with the region. It should have either latitude, longitude, or proper city names or state names. Then only it can handle. Okay. Next, Power BI Desktop, we already talk about this. It's a development tool for all the business users or end users. Okay, it is combination of all these things, and it's under the same solution. And Power BI Q&A feature. So again, we talk about this. We can ask the questions. We can enter the questions. It will provide the total sales of last year. Give me a trend of last 10 years with year-to-date information, all those things that will build the data model and will give the Power BI insights for you. Okay. So yeah, Power BI service is where the web service where users can be built. Okay. So this is where the architecture is similar to the previous slide, but these are the in-depth components we talk about. Data catalog as well is part of Power BI. So these are the different tools or used in Power BI. We have Power BI Desktop, as I mentioned earlier. We also have Power BI Service. We have Power BI Mobile App. We have Power BI Report Builder, which is called traditional reports for page-related reports. Those who are working in other reporting tools like Cognos or Tableau, so those tools will support for page-related reports as well. So that might be if you want to use a Tableau reports and Power BI desktop doesn't support Tableau reports, then you can go and build on the report builder as well. So where you can create the Tableau reports. Okay. And Power BI report services kind of report server. So earlier we are having an on-premise enterprise report servers. So that is where you can install Power BI report server in your organization or in a client machine that only it is not cloud-based. Then it is not it's called on-premise report servers. And we talk about Power BI embedded. So it can embed it into your applications, as I mentioned, in your websites or into your mobile apps, anywhere it can be embedded. Understand? These are the different Power BI tools. So desktop is where you can create applications, many data sources. You can link to existing data sources. You can create reports, and it's a license free. As I mentioned, it is a license free. And Power BI report server is again a license made. It is automated refresh. It is secured like reports. It is not part of your server. It is your enterprise server. It is not merged into cloud. So think of the bankings. So they don't want to go with cloud-based technologies. They always use this kind of enterprise servers in house applications. Okay. And if you want to publish the cloud, that is web service, it can be access to cloud services, NLP, generators, insight generators, full screen dashboards, can link Excel to data as well. Okay. And it can be linked to mobiles as well. Yeah, we'll show a demo for you with Excel, Praneeth. Okay. And Power BI license portfolios, as I mentioned, Power BI Pro is, and Power BI Desktop is absolutely free. Anyone and any laptop can be used Power BI Desktop. It is always absolutely free. There is nothing required. And Power BI Pro is required licensing. That is $10 per month. If you want to share your data, whatever you created data can be shared in your organizations, across organizations, then it is required Power BI Pro. Okay. And then Power BI Premium per user. Just hold on. Power BI Premium per user. So all the features along with Power BI, and it can also have advanced AI tools as well. And also it has a data limit. Okay. So Power BI Pro only has 1 GB limit, and Power BI Premium will have more than 1 GB limit. So that's why the license has been increased. So it is $20 per month per user. And embedded licenses, it is very older data. It is based on the organizations. It will be around $5,000 or $2,000. Exact amount is I'm not aware. We'll update this slide after that for you. And again, Fabric is again separately capacity license. We'll talk about this. So Fabric capacity varies based on the F license. It has F2, F16, F28, F32, F16, sorry, F128, F32. All there are certain F licensing capacities, which I can show you once we go into Fabric demo as well. Okay. That again separate licensing for Fabric separately. That is a capacity model. These are user mode and this is capacity mode. They are differently. Yeah. When we talk about Power BI, we should talk about career paths as well, right? So what are the career paths? So who can learn Power BI and what is your career might be looking? You can be a BI data analyst or a BI analyst who can learn Power BI and you can choose these careers. Power BI developer, always a developer or a data engineer can choose this Power BI as their tool to learn. Data scientists who are already you're choosing a data scientist, you also need to learn Power BI along with your Python and SQL courses. As definitely data scientists need to use Power BI in most of the organizations, apart from your Python language, I understand. And Power BI tester, we can call ETL tester. So those who are already having ETL tester, so while you're talking about ETL tester, data tester, so there is a separate wing or separate team who tests the Power BI reports as well. So you should also know this. Those who are in tester also, testing team also can learn this Power BI and choose this plan path as well. And the finance analyst and HR analyst can also learn and choose their path. Okay. And if you see current jobs market, okay, LinkedIn over 11,000 Power BI jobs across India. Okay, Naukri is also leading. It is showing across 40,000 jobs. This was older data in 2025, and in 2026 quarter one has more jobs than quarter three, quarter four altogether 2025 Naukri jobs. So Indeed also have around 7,000 jobs listed on Power BI, and you can also search for BI positions. Okay, so when you talk about BI positions, BI developer, it might be a Power BI developer as well. So these are the big positions across. These are the older data, but yeah, it is still the same kind of, or it's more than that. And also, the leading is it may not open as Power BI developer. Okay, understand. Some positions will not come as a Power BI. You can search for data analyst or BI analyst as well. So those people also do the main thing in Power BI. Understand? You can choose those data as well. Okay. So most of the market is covering around 17% to 20% is covering the Power BI or data analyst or BI analyst in the current market. It's capturing 20% of market is of BI openings and Power BI. Understand how the market is huge across technologies. It's not very low. It is very huge. 18% is very huge across all technologies. Okay. So this is a Power BI course details. Let me share a minute. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. So I don't know where this line came. Okay, cool. So this is the course. So while you are covering this 30 days course, you will able to clear your PL 300 exam, which is the basic version or a basic or uh, demanding PL 300 course for the Power BI developers. Okay. So go back. What are the topics covered? It can be covered introduction to BI, self-service BI, traditional BI versus Power BI versus Tableau versus ClickView, uses of Power BI, workflow of Power BI, basic components, introduction of building blocks of Power BI, data model, and you'll have hands-on installation of Power BI and concepts of BI as well. Okay. So topics will be then next will be you covering the data sources in Power BI, tables in Power BI, query editor, transform, clean, shape, modeling data, data modeling, managing relationships. How do you create data, edit, and how cross filter will work, savings, PBX or PBIP, the latest one. We also have hands-on data cleaning, creating measures, transform, clean shapes. Okay, all the Power Query things will be there. Okay, and data modeling as well. DAX will be there. Introduction to DAX, importance of DAX, data types, how the DAX calculation will be there. Steps to create calculated columns, measures, DAX syntax, DAX functions as well, operators. These are more detail I'm telling. So we can talk about higher level as well, data visualizations. All the visualizations will be covered. Most of the, at least 30 visuals will be covered in the sessions. Matrices, tables, slicers, map visualizations, gauges, scorecards, okay, row cards. How do you modify colors, shapes, custom visuals, page layout and formattings, bookmarks, KPI visuals, groupings, okay, how to create reference lines, slicers, measures, okay, and Power BI service, how Power BI service can be used, introduction to Power BI service, creation of dashboards in service, quick insights in Power BI, configuring dashboards, Power BI Q&A feature, okay, Power BI embedded. Embedded will be a high level because it's a separate license. It cannot be tutored. Deployments, how we can be deploying, okay, bookmarks, and next exploring live connections, how we can use the live connections as well. Okay, how we can connect with directly with SQL Azure, we'll focusing all those things. We can directly connect with SQL analysis services or a cube or with MySQL data gateways, showing direct query versus import modes, different modes, setting up on-premise data gateways as well, with SQL database as well, and real life project examples along with some industry specific architectures, those who want to clear 3+, 4+ interview exams. So we are supporting tell the architectures how their implementation projects will be there. Okay, how we can portray the data for to clearing the interviews as well, how the architectures will be different architectures. Okay, Power BI adoption projects. So we'll tell about all these so that you will be able to clear the interviews when they ask about the what is your current architecture, how is your architecture. You can choose any of them and you can talk about. Okay, so we covered this course to clear the interview as well. So we'll have daily questions. We'll cover the daily PL 300 questions as well to understand whether you are able to complete it or not. Okay, and yeah. So advanced Power BI features like data flows, RLS, business use case for time intelligence data, okay, balance sheets, deployments, scheduling and subscriptions. Okay, this will be covered. Okay, advanced courses. And one session for the Fabric. What are the features of Fabric? Why it is Fabric and how can we use Copilot? Then also will be covered. Okay, and security term and type talk about how can we use RLS, how can we use RLS in data flows, how can we use the incremental loads, data governance. Okay, all this will be covered. And yeah, pretty much these are the things which will be covered in the sessions. Any questions so far until Power BI? Let's okay. The basic, the prerequisite for learning Power BI will definitely read required in SQL. At least understanding of SQL, writing a small query, select star from tables, joins. At least you need to well known basic of SQLs. I suggest those who are also started learning completely new to this domain, they go for Udemy course. There are plenty much available Udemy courses. You can learn SQL parallelly, or you can, yeah, at least 3 to 4 days of course will be sufficient for you. Those who are coming out of graduates, yeah, and databasing concepts which will be covered in our sessions. Yeah, that is required for to create a BI reports or Power BI. Okay. This is pretty much on Power BI. So any other questions before I go for Fabric? It's open now. Q&A is open now. Okay. Duration will be 30 sessions. So it will be going maybe 30 to 40 days in between. Okay. Any more questions? Weekend it won't be there. Only Monday to Friday. Yeah, if at all, if Monday to Friday there might be any options on my side, I may stuck with some other project work 1 day anytime, then I will plan it on Saturdays. Otherwise, there is no planned on Saturday and Sunday. Only if in case I missed out any other due to sick or something else, then I will plan on Saturday. Yeah, otherwise it is strictly Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 1 hour session. Uh, Hi, Swapnali. We'll go with most major. I mean, either we have two timings, 7 to 8 or 9 to 10. Only between these two timings. 8 to 10, it's a hard stop for me. So most of the people who are okay with 7 to 8 or 9 to 10, both are okay. So it's again depends of number of people voting. So yeah, course can take either 7 to 8 or 9 to 10. Okay. So those who already into I mean, those who are not into this domain, they may not understand the Power BI. I mean, those who not understand Power BI, it may tough for them to understand the Fabric. But I will still try to explain them. But it will be please, if you're not able to understand, you can ask me questions on this. But yeah, it is beyond a Power BI, and why Fabric is being launched. I'll tell you. And those who are already BI engineers, apart from your Power BI, it's a default upgrade. Those who are already learning for Power BI, it's a default upgrade to Fabric. Okay. So let's say example, organizations are looking for multi-skills peoples, right? Always. So don't only sit with Power BI. Okay. But there are only openings for Power BI as well. But your experience grows, like you are more than 5 years, 6 years. Definitely they might ask you to learn Fabric immediately after you're joining as well. So those who are interested, yeah. Yeah, there are some questions. I'm going to answer this before this. Yeah, so 3+ experience in non-technical field if learn Power BI has a future. Yes, Sandeep. So when you say non-technical field, I suppose maybe it's something related to call support or technical support, right? So yes, definitely. If you are going to make it, you're going to keep your experience as 3+, definitely, or you can also go with a fresher. Even though you have 3 years of experience, you can go with 0 to 1 years of experience in Power BI. Overall, as your 3+ experience, also will still you get the openings. There are plenty of openings. You can search LinkedIn, you can search Power BI. There are many platforms. There are references will be there for Power BI jobs. Okay, there are many calls, 0 to 2 years or more than 3 years as well. It's all how you shape your resume. You can still shape your resume. I started my career with 1 year IT, non-IT, and later 1.5 year I'm working into Power BI. Also, it will be also you can showcase your skills and you'll get your based on your salary only you'll get. Okay, it's still possible until there are many openings in Power BI currently. And these openings will continue until at least because we are in Q1 always, the major openings will be until April or May. Okay. So because after May, there'll be some dry for entire openings. Not only this industry, every industry will have a dry openings after June until June to August because of attritions. And then again, the second session starts post August for any openings. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about Fabric now. And before starting Fabric, let's understand what's currently the organizations are facing challenges. Okay. So when we talk about different enterprise, bigger organizations or various teams, they will have multiple business teams. Okay. Each business team, like when I talk about business team, like what I talk about business is like finance is a business team, accounting is a business team, sales is a business team. Okay. So every team has their own reporting tools, their own data tools. Okay. And every business team needs to collaborate with each other team. Okay. So sales team will go and talk to tech team. Okay. Their requirements in terms of their report. Manufacturing team will talk about to IT in terms of their requirements. Their data management will be different. There maybe a manufacturing team will use Tableau. A business team like sales team can use a ClickView, or other business team are using Power BI. Okay, and other these business teams are all maybe using other databases as well. Their data sources. Okay, I'm not telling a hypothetical case. It's a real case for most of the organizations. If you see, or if you're already working, you should have understand how big the data teams or any teams use different multiple tools. You may have seeing UiPath also, you may seeing Power Automate as well. There are many tools like one organization will use for different purposes. So that's where tech teams are really having problem in terms of collaborating, in terms of ingestion. Everywhere it is copy. So if I want to do a vendor one, I'm bringing in the data, I want to ingest. I'm duplicating the data for vendor, another tech team, for another business team as well. So I'm copying multiple teams, multiple data, multiple places, multiple locations, same report in multiple tools. Okay. So this is also creating problems for infrastructure inefficiencies. Licensing cost is increasing burden on the organizations, increasing burdens on business teams, and whole the major thing is it's increasing the development life cycle for a product. Okay, this is all the problem for the current organizations who are having actually. So if you see, this is how the data silos looks, or a data estate for an organizations for infrastructure tools. Okay, so if I zoom it over here, you can see over here, I zoom it. So for an IT, for information storage users, they are using data lakes, or they may use AWS as a data lakes to platforms. They may use Google platforms, and they are using IBM storage as well for desktops and other tools. So they're using so many data storage tools, and they're talking about data lakes or lake houses. They are using Databricks. They are using Azure data lakes as again storage. Okay, cloud storages. When we talk about data warehouses, they may be using SQL Server data warehouses or IBM data warehouse, Microsoft warehouse. And let's talk about analytics. Okay. So they are using BI platforms kind of Looker. They're using Tableau. They are using Power BI for visualization tools. Again, for SSAS, Synapse tools, SAP BI tools, so many tools you can see. And data analyst platforms, Pyramid, Altix is the tool they are using. So many organizations using different tools. These are all tools, but sometimes an organization can use multiple tools. Okay. And in terms of machine learning tools, okay. So these are the machine learning tools. Okay. Jupyter tools, IBM, Oracle, Databricks, AWS has its own tools, Azure Synapse, so many tools in terms of data science as well. Okay. And some other enterprise level application tools. They are using sales as an ERP or CRM tools, marketing tools, customer experiences, all those tools. So many tools. And for talk about documentations, there are different documentation tools, Confluence, okay, Zira documentations, so many tools for documentations as well. Okay, got it. And there are for IT data sources and APIs integrations. So there are so many tools. This all making it data silos and making nightmare for infrastructure teams to handle licensings. Uh, Budgeting is a big problem for them. And then what happens is, even if you talk about only Microsoft itself, they're having so many things inside Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft is offering a platform as a tool, service tools, okay, with different licensing models, with platform as service, software as service offerings. Okay, okay, so you can see these are the different Microsoft tools. You have SQL, Dynamics 365, Microsoft 365 Power Platform tools. You have Azure SQLs, Microsoft Purview, Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory, Azure AI. Again, different operational database it has: Azure SQL, Azure VM SQL, Azure Cloud SQLs, so many things. SQL on-premise. They have different analytical tools as well, and data governance tools as well. Even itself, Microsoft having multiple tools. This is again a problem with headache for me to understand and leverage multiple tools. So what is happening is, the Microsoft come up with Fabric. What is doing is, from and to understand. So it is merging all multiple analytic services into one unified stack. Okay. You have multiple disconnected data sources. They are coming into one different place, all data in one place. Okay. So there is no need of copy data multiple times, and all your isolated applications, as mentioned earlier. So all your isolated applications over here into one single place. Okay. So, and it's a kind of one data estate we can talk about. Earlier, Gen AI is a plugin tool. Now, Gen AI is default built-in. Okay. So, what's happening? So, this is the Microsoft Fabric. So, those who knows all data engineering tools, so it comes up with 7 workloads, comes under one umbrella, on top of your OneLake, on top of your Power View, on top of Copilot. These are different tools. Earlier, separate license is required. Now only one license is required per developer. They can use all these tools under one umbrella that is called Microsoft Fabric. It's a unified software as service platform. Okay. So we can talk about Data Factory over here. When we talk about Data Factory, those who know Azure Data Factory as a ingestion tool, it comes with 150 connectors to cloud and on-premise data sources, drag and drop experiences for data transformations, and it can be ability to orchestrate data pipelines as well. That is called Data Factory workload. When we talk about data engineering workload, so when you talk about data engineering as a workload, it comes with great reporting, authoring experiences or developing experience for those who are knowing Spark, instant live pools, ability to collaborate. And recently, I mean, from last 2 years, if you are also not knowing Spark or Python, you can still write a notebook based on SQL as well. So when we talk about data science as a workload, it can provide an end-to-end workflow for data scientists to build sophisticated AI models and collaborate easily and train, deploy, and manage machine learning models as well. Okay. And when we talk about data warehouse as a model, as a workload, it is same as your SQL platform or SQL engine, how it works. Same, it will be same. It will provide all your SQL procedures, SQL functions, SQL views, entire SQL data warehouse. Everything will be covered, but it's sitting on top of Lakehouse. Okay. And real-time intelligence as a separate workload. Why? So now you know most of the data has been changing. Data is evolving. It's like a rapid evolution. So now you are seeing most of the things like IoT things, IoT devices data, sensor data, telemetry, logs, and more data. That is called real-time streaming data or semi-structured data with low latency. And those cannot be dealt with traditional tools. That should be dealt with real-time intelligence We have separate workload for that, which will be covered event house, event stream, and all those things. That is a separate workload which will dealt with IoT data or sensor data or high level logs. Okay. And as I mentioned, Power BI is a default inbuilt in Fabric as a separate workload. So those who know Power BI, they should learn about these 5 workloads. Then if you are part of Fabric, you are going to learn this in a separate Fabric course as well. Okay. This is how the uh, workloads and what is Copilot is doing. I hope everybody know about Claude AI, know what is doing in latest technologies. If you're not knowing, install your Claude and understand how Claude is Claude is maybe taking most of the developer times and is getting a code doing. Okay, if you just prompt, it will provide all the code for you. Claude can resolve your data issues as well. Okay, now what is happening with Copilot? Copilot is Fabric is inbuilt and it can be accessed every data upload over here. Okay, most of the people understand or fear, like if there is no Copilot, some people who are starting with freshers or some other, or those who went from IT to banking domains, they have a restricted workspace for them. They don't cannot open Google as well. They'll not open AI as well. They're not able to understand, or they want to resolve some issues. They don't know how this error to be resolved. They cannot even handle, they cannot take even phones as well. So those error we are coming into Copilot is inbuilt in your application where you can answer, you can question, okay, I'm getting this error. My report is not getting right data. My visual is getting an error, something error, any error, you can put in Copilot. You can ask Copilot to create a report for yourself as well. So that is Copilot can be built across each and every workload over here. It can create your SQL code. You can write your DAX code as well. It can write your PySpark notebook for you as well. Copilot can do everything. Yeah. And OneLake is kind of your OneDrive data for your documents for your organization, right? OneDrive is for your organizations, which can hold your documents and can be shared across to your teams or your colleagues. Like same like OneLake is one copy of your data. OneDrive is for one documents. OneLake is for one data. Understand? Clear? And PowerView is a data governance tool, top of Microsoft Fabric, and I can apply for the data governance. Yeah. So as I mentioned, OneLake is nothing but all your data. You can upload your data directly, Excel data or any data. It can be sitting on your OneLake. It will be for entire your organizations, as it is a unified multi-cloud software surface data lake, and it is no need to do multiple data duplications. Okay, so you can integrate with them for any of your workloads which we're talking about. Clear? So you can see, as I mentioned, a single software as a lake for whole organizations, provisioned automatically with the tenant. All workloads automatically store the data into OneLake workspace folders. All the data is organized in an intuitive hierarchical namespace. The data in OneLake is automatically indexed for discovery, MIP labels, lineage, PIA scans, GDPR rules, governance rules. So how Microsoft Fabric works? So those who doesn't know about cloud, it is little tough to understand. Those who know cloud technology, that's okay. But earlier, your machines or your Windows machines or your servers works on your storage and your RAM, right? Your laptops has a RAM, right? But cloud platforms is a compute. All the cloud platforms works based on the compute, same as Microsoft Fabric also works on compute. Okay, shared pool capacities will also work for the Microsoft Fabric, and it has two licensing models: pay as you go. You can pay how much you are using, you can pay, or you can use with 1 year reservation. So when you are going with reservation, it will get more cheaper, at least 60% discount. And storage is also 1 GB, some certain dollars per month. Yeah, storage is separate cost. So both costs will include your Fabric cost. Understand? These two variables, your cost will generate the invoice for you. So simplicity of purchasing, no need to purchase separate compute for each workload. Flexibility in use. So even A developer also can understand purchasing limitations. It's a simple web-based dolls you can also purchase. Earlier, if you want to purchase, you need to know finance team used to have a sales call with those vendors, calls and everything. Now with Fabric, it is easy. You can also go. We also show when we are going with Fabric sessions, how we can purchase, how we can use, and all those things. How can we can use compute engines, all COs, okay, cost savings. How can we save cost? Where do not generate your bill, okay, adjust compute capacity by scaling up and down. There is having a flexibility of you can non-peaking hours you can reduce your compute, and peaking hours you can increase your compute, so that your bill will be unevenly narrowed down. Okay, centralized dashboards, you can perform your monitoring, usage and cost in Microsoft Fabric as well, and metrics apps as well. So we talk about licensing. Power BI Pro license $10 per month. Power BI Premium license per user $20 per month. But this is a capacity model. So this is for one capacity. This is for organizations. So if you are purchasing F2, you will get 2 capacity units. So you're going to pay $262 per month. Okay. This is on top of your licensing, whatever you want to develop. Okay. But if you are going F64, if you are purchasing above F64, entire organization will have free users, free viewer license for Power BI. There is no separate license required for viewing the dashboard. Okay. So if you're purchasing F64, you are paying 8,000 or 5,000 as a pay as you go reservation. So then you are purchasing 5,000 per month as an organization. That means your storing data will be part of this. Your all different ETL tools will be there, everything. On top of this, around it will be free for 1,000 or unlimited users. Any user can be used your Power BI. There is no separate license required for viewing. Understand? That's the biggest advantage of F64. Okay. Clear? So any questions? Any questions, guys? Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, cool. This is the Power BI desktop I'm using. This is a free version. You can download from your in your laptop or your company laptop. If you're having a Microsoft Store enabled over here, it doesn't require admin permissions if you download from the Power BI tool as well. Okay. So this is the window. It will be a small demo. It's not very detailed demo. Let's go with how to get data. Click on Excel. So I'm going to get the data from Excel currently. It will load. So you can see it is asking us the Excel. So let me take some of the data. Okay. Take an Excel, which is in my desktop. You can use Excel from your SharePoint. You can use Excel from GitHub or anywhere. Okay. So it is making a connection between your Excel file and your Power BI file. Okay. So it is loading now. You can see. So I'm loading these many tables. If you click on this, okay, you can see the data view or preview over here as well. So I'm loading all this, selecting all these 4 tables as of now, and I'm going to load the data. Okay. That means it is going to load the data into your Power BI desktop. In the meantime, you can ask questions, guys, while it is loading, if you have any questions. You can see the green tick mark says it is completed loading for sales table. So it is loading for other tables. So it is loading now, everything. I should have taken smaller data set. Sorry. Yeah, but we'll wait for 1 more minute. You know need to buy license MS. So it is absolutely free for desktop. Okay. Are you guys not seeing my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
We can see.
Yeah. Now we can see we got the data over here. On the right side, you can see we got 3 data, all the data fields: customer, geography, item, and sales. Okay. So if I go back to the data modeling view as well, you can see the relationships automatically Power BI has built it. Okay. So it has customer data, geography data is joined between sales data, and customer data is joined. Okay. So based on the customer ID. Okay. And the next, it has joined the item table with item ID table as well. Okay. And let us remove the join between. I want to delete this. I want to modify this join. And I'm going to give a different join. Okay. And I want to make this join as active. So make this relationship active. It is based on city ID. Done. So Power BI automatically takes based on the column name automatically. If you want to modify, you can modify in that panel. Let's see how we can drag a relationship over your tables. So I'm talking about a chart. You can drag from this chart on the right side, a bar chart, a column chart. Okay, I can pick the column chart and I'm going to take the value from the customer table or a geography table. Let's take the state in x-axis and the value to be a sales. So I'll take the quantity. And you can see the data is loading now. And see, and it is very user-friendly to enlarge the table. Okay, and you can put the positions like this. Okay, and now I want to take another chart. Okay, take another chart over here, and this time I'm going to get customer. Okay, so customer age, let me take the age. Okay, or let's go with item table. Let's go with category and the sales, then I will go with the same quantity. And you can see you got another chart. We can level this like this. Now both are in this chart. Now if you want to have another table, so click on the blank screen, create on table, select on the table visual. Now you can have one more visual over here where you want to get the data with customer name, and you can put whatever the name, customer name, okay, item ID, you want whatever you want, quantity. You can also select like this, price, okay. There's the detailed data if you want, customer name, and also you can get the customer city as well, the customer state, okay. And if you want more details about brand as well, you can put the visual. You can add as many as columns, category, okay. Next, other item name, and you can enlarge this as big as subcategory, okay. I'll add age, I'll add city, all these columns, okay, into my table. And you can add the geography as state as well, city, okay. And you have column, some data as well. That's not required. Yeah, item ID. So these many things you can add, and this is how you can create a report simply in less than 10 to 15 minutes. This is how the report works. It's very simple tool. Understand? I have just created an Excel with the dashboard. This is kind of a dashboard. You can publish this into service. Got it, guys? Clear? I think that's the end of the demo. Guys, it's open for Q&A now. You guys can ask questions. I'll be waiting. Question, new question. I think you can touch base with the team for the fee, MS. You can contact Kumar. Maybe you can give your number or here they can contact you. Kumar, are you in the session?
Yes, Prashyut, I'm here.
Yeah, you can contact. You can touch base with MS. He's asking about the fee details. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Urmila has joined. Urmila, do you have any questions?
It's timing mostly 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, then I think there are no further questions. Let's wrap up the call. Do you guys do you have any other questions?
Um, thank you so much, Prashut, for your time in taking the demo session. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. So we'll post the updates in the group about the tomorrow session, what will be the date, time, and the payment details and all. If any one of you joined the session directly, if you're not in the group, Kumar, can someone please post the group link so that everyone will join in the group? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much once again, Prashut, for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, my team has posted the group chat link. Please join in the group link for further updates. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.